Hi boys and girls. Here we have our 100 chart again, and we're going to use this to help us count by twos. So I wanted to show you how to count by twos rather than just telling you how to count by twos, because it's easier to show you than it is to just tell you. And when we fill in each of the second numbers in a pattern, you will then see a bigger pattern, and then it might be easier to count by twos once you notice the pattern. So let's get started. And when you work with your 100 chart and you count by twos, you're going to keep your little pointer out here. You're not going to start with 1, and you're going to start out here, and we're going to skip count by twos. That means we're going to skip a number and we're going to jump over here to the second number. So how about if I get a yellow counter, because I think that will be easiest to see. So we're going to skip a number and we're going to go right to the second number, and we're going to do that all the way through our entire 100 chart, and we will be counting by twos when we do that. So why don't you count with me? So we're going to skip count to 2, then we're going to skip to 4, then we're going to skip to 6, 8, 10, and then we're going to come back here. So we're at 10 now, so we need to skip over and jump over 11, and we need to click on number 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And let's stop here and let's count all of the numbers that we have highlighted. Are you ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, let's keep going. So we stopped at 20, so now we have to skip over 21 and click on 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. So let's start back out here. Jump over 31 and go to 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. And do you notice a pattern here? The 100 chart is getting stripes on it because each number in each row has the same ones in the ones place in each of these numbers. You have a 2 here, a 2 here in the ones place, a 2 here in the ones place, a 2 here in the ones place, and then in this row you have a 4 in the ones place, a 4 in the ones place, a 4 in the ones place, and a 4 in the ones place, and then it continues through 6, 8, and all of the new sets of 10s. And so you have a 0 in the ones place for the 10, because we know that the 0 represents one group of 10, and then one more group of 10, one more group of 10, and so on all the way down through 100. So now that you see the pattern, I am going to connect the link to our 100 chart again so you can practice skip counting by 2. So remember, when you do this on your own, you start out here and you skip. You don't start at 1, you start out here and you skip over 1 to 2, and then you're going to the second number from 2, which is 4. See, you're skipping 2, you're going 1, 2, and then when you're at 4, you skip over to the second number, so 1, 2, and then you land at 6, and then when you're at 6, you skip over 2 more numbers, 1, 2, then you land on 8, and then you start at 8 and you skip over 2 more numbers, 9, 10, then you land at 10, and then remember, when you get down to the next row, you start out here and then you skip over to the second number again. So I hope you enjoy using the 100 chart to count by twos to 100. Goodbye.